Well, I'm called Stephen Foster, and I'm a Mac grad from '72, and I'm currently the medical director of what we call the Centro Evangélico de Medicina do Lubango, in other words, Evangelical Medical Center in southwest Angola in the city of Lubango. My preparation for, as a resident in surgery, between the R2, R3 year, really began with the list of impossibilities that it would be, because I didn't have a Portuguese language certificate, I didn't have a tropical medicine certificate, and I figured it would be simply impossible for the director of surgery to let me go and then let me back. What I didn't know was my father had an interview with the Governor General of Angola in February of '75, when my dad asked the question, could a young man, namely my son, come and practice medicine here, and would there be any impediment to that? The Governor General said, if anyone wants to come, we will give him a visa. So that caught me so flat-footed that I went down to the professor of surgery, Owen Gray, who was the postgraduate director of surgical education at the time, and said to Owen Gray, would you give me 6 months off to go to Angola? I'm not going to have any mentor. I'm not going to have anybody to teach me or look over my shoulder. I'm going to be by myself. He said to me, well, young man, this is the best idea any fellow's come in here in a long time to talk about when you need to go. And when we arrived in Angola the 1st of July '75, little knowing that the scenario that was going to develop in coming up to the independence process with 300,000 Portuguese leaving the country and the country disintegrating, and I became the only one of 2 doctors in half the country of Angola, and all sorts of things. And if I had lined all that out on paper ahead of time, everyone would have certified us as being absolutely crazy, because we didn't know those things were going to happen, of course. Had little way of telling. I'd been in Zambia as a boy in grade 11 at their independence in '64, and I kind of thought, well, what do you do when you get independence? You fire a cannon, you change flags, and you have a duke come out from the king or the queen to read a proclamation of independence. And we had a fireworks show in Zambia. The fireworks show in Angola was real, and it was very different. It's a lot easier to come to Angola now. Legislation last year creating visitors' visas online with a simple letter from me saying, you're coming and I'll put you up, so that you don't have to show hotel reservations and you don't have to show expensive things. A letter from us facilitates a whole process, and in many ways people can come from for up to 30 to 60 days based on a letter of invitation, and the fee has come down to something like $120. Spouses that want to come as part of a medical couple, if a spouse wants to teach English as a second language, that's a huge opportunity every time. We've got staff who want to learn English. So 3 or 4 more weeks of English is a lot more fun, and Angola's just waiting to be brought into the rest of the world. We'd love to have you come.